Hello, everyone. Jav here from Cut and Make Crafts. How are you guys doing today? It is 8 a.m. on my side and probably 4 p.m. on the EST side. So I hope everybody can join us. My email was being a bit finicky. So I was supposed to, an email was supposed to go out 1 hour earlier as a reminder, which didn't. I just sent out another email like 10 minutes ago. I hope everybody got that email and are able to join via the link I sent. All right, so just going to wait for a couple of minutes for more people to join in while we are waiting for, sorry, before we get started. Just gonna pop my slides in here. So as you guys are joining in, let me know where you are from and what time it is. And most importantly, if you can hear and see the screen. Because if you don't inform me, I wouldn't know what's going on. All right, I am going to pop up the slides on the screen now so we can get started with this masterclass. And I'm so excited to share this because I decided on closing the doors to my program last week, but then I was like, oh, I haven't talked about the business aspect of SVGs and those who want to get started with making money from SVGs, they really need to check this out because there's so much potential. And the most exciting part is I'm currently working on this new product based on SVGs, and I'm super excited. I'm not going to reveal any details right now because I'm still working on it, and it's gonna be so awesome. And I know it's gonna explode in just a couple of months, and I'm really gonna work hard on achieving that. But just to make you guys understand, once you have the SVG designing skills, you can literally do so many things with it, leverage that skill to make extra cash in so many ways. And this new product that I'm working on is just a very amazing example of that. And I'm not sure when it will be available, but definitely I'm trying to get it ready by Jan. So I'll open the doors end of the Jan. And I can't wait to share with you guys. It's going to be so awesome. I'm super excited about it. Alrighty. So I think a couple of people are here. Let me know if you guys can hear me and you can see me clearly. I'm going to start sharing my screen for the slides. I have a bit of hay fever that I get right after waking up, so excuse my broken voice. Let's see where the slides are. So let's try this again. Window. All right, I can see it now. And I hope you guys are able to see it. Okay, looks like everything is working fine. I'm gonna just change this, reduce size so and get rid of the notes. Oops, what did I do? Okay, cool. Alrighty, let's get started. Please engage in the comment section, or else it feels like I'm just talking to a blank screen or something. Um, the more you guys engage, the more energy I get. So your comments provide energy to me. And I just woke up and haven't eaten my breakfast. So your comments are the only thing I'm relying on. So please keep the chat box active with your comments and chit chat. Alrighty, so let's get started. 4-step framework for a successful SVG business. What goes into making a successful SVG business? That's what we are going to cover today. So let's do a little check. You're in the right place if you are someone who has a full-time job, or you're looking for a way to start making money doing something you love in the next 6 months, which is creating with your Cricut, creating SVGs, leveraging the power of SVGs, and you have very limited amount of time. You are uh, hands-on busy. You want to make the most of your time by learning from an expert, and you are in the right place if you're tired of watching free YouTube videos and want a structured step-by-step plan specifically for creating SVGs that bring in some extra cash. This masterclass is not for you if you don't believe in getting help from someone, if you just want to, if you get super angry, if somebody makes you an offer, because there is going to be an offer to join my program at the end of this. And if you're looking for a quick hack to get SVG sales, this is not the place for you. That's not what I'm going to be sharing in this class. Or if you are someone who's not willing to do the work, this is not the class for you. And I promise to you that I will deliver as much value as humanly possible in this 60 minutes free masterclass today. So make sure you're taking a ton of notes, because there will be some interesting things I'll be sharing. Maybe they're not going to be in the slides. I'll share from my personal experience. All right. In return, I ask that you keep an open mind. You treat me and everybody else with respect, and you take plenty of notes and get rid of all the distractions. This is going to be your time, and focus. Give your 100% focus to this masterclass. So what you'll learn today is 3 massive mistakes to avoid when starting an SVG business, and the 4-step framework to a successful SVG business. This is a 2-part masterclass. We're going to be covering both of these things today. And for those of you who stay till the end, I'll give this bonus masterclass, how to make $1,500 from one day from one bundle, that success that I saw with my SVG bundle back when I was selling SVGs in a store. So you can use the strategies to create your own promotion strategy to help you make a significant amount from SVGs. All right. So let's look at IKEA. So everybody loves IKEA, right? I personally love it. My desk is from IKEA, and a couple of things in my room. My lamp is from IKEA, and I've got an Alex drawer from IKEA. So tons and tons of things we buy as crafters from IKEA, right? So let's say IKEA is having a competition, and in this competition, you need to build this hutch in 30 minutes, and the winner gets 100K. So what are you going to do? Are you going to so you have 2 options. You can DIY your way, or you can work with an IKEA expert who is smart, efficient, and quick. So let me know, which one are you going to go for? Are you going to DIY in 1 hour and make that hutch, or are you going to work with an expert? So that I'll leave that question here for now for you to reflect which strategy will make you the quickest hutch and win you 100K. So think about it. Now, selling SVGs was the number one way I grew my business. Since 2019, I have solely dedicated my business to SVGs. And thanks to SVGs, I keep on bringing chunks and chunks of extra cash from by selling SVGs in many different ways. I've covered this in my email as well. I have worked as an SVG designer for the Cricket Official. I have sold SVG on my shop. I've sold SVGs via summits, and I've sold SVGs via bundles, in participating in bundles with other bloggers. So there are many, many ways you can make money. If you go to my store, you're just going to see a couple of hundred sales, because that's not the only way I make money. Uh, in fact, I don't like to sell on an Etsy store. It's just not my thing to create 100 listings and go up there and pop them in. That's just not my style. So that's why you won't find a ton of sales in my SVG shop. But there are other ways that I've made money from SVGs, which is selling directly via my own website in SVG bundles, through summits, and by working as an SVG designer. So there are many ways. One thing that you want to take away from here, there are many ways to sell SVGs and make money from them. And but it wasn't just any SVG that I made. I made profitable money making SVGs. So there are two types of SVGs that you need to keep in mind. SVGs that are very basic, that are not in demand in the market right now. And then there are SVGs that are in demand, and those are called the money making SVGs. So you need to understand the difference between the two. So for those of you who are new here, I am Jab, the SVG business coach, and I used to work as a freelance graphic designer for Cricut. And I during the day I work as an SVG designer on my SVG business, and during the day as I work as a data engineer in the IT sector. So what qualifies me to teach this class is I have 8+ years of experience. Should be 8, not 7. 8+ years of experience in designing and selling digital designs. I've used Affinity Designer for over 8 years now, and I absolutely love that software. And I've designed for the official Cricut, so I know what works best. And I have sold over 20K SVGs in the past couple of months, in just a couple of months since I started my shop. So before we dig in, I just want to share my story quickly, how I got into digital designing. So I was creating sewing patterns by hand, and it was really, really frustrating for me. I was stressed. I was studying. I was doing my bachelor's in biotechnology back then, and I had very limited time. And I had zero design skills and experience in using an illustration software. So I spent around 2 years learning how to use the software to create digital designs and turn my sewing patterns into something digital. That was back in 2013, 2014. I started creating digital designs while studying full time. And in 2019, I switched to creating SVGs. In 2020, I launched my shop. And in 2021, I got hired by Cricut. And after that, I've sold SVGs via summits, and through bundles on my store, on my website, as well as with collaborating with other bloggers. All right, so in August 2020, I started selling 3D SVG cut files, which were absolutely loved by everyone. It blew the market. It exploded when I launched these SVGs. People went nuts because it was the first time I created something like this. It was the first time something like this popped up in the cricket industry, in the cricket market, and people absolutely went nuts. You can see my reels were hitting such high numbers, 38K, 40K, 49K. They were going viral because of how I launched my SVGs and how I presented them. And I made around 2K Australian dollars, which is around 1500 US dollars in 1 month when I launched my first collection. All right. Now I'm making full-time income. Sometimes I get sales from my shop, but most of this is through sharing my tutorials and SVGs via Summit. And thanks to my business, I'm making full-time income by just working 5 to 10 hours. And this full-time income is just a placeholder. It can mean different things to different people, right? Some people are happy with 60K. Some people are happy with 100K. So this is around the benchmark. I am making 60K right now. Um, uh, this is earlier I was making around 100K, but now it's 60K based on how much time I'm putting in. And the good thing is that my business stood throughout COVID. It survived COVID. I didn't have to file for any bankruptcy, or I didn't experience much loss. It's just that the amount of hours that I'm putting in has reduced, which has definitely impacted what I'm making. But on the plus side, you can see that my business is going strong all these years, and I'm slowly building on top of every year. So it's a sustainable business that makes money on autopilot. Even when I'm not able to put in the hours, I get my VA to do the work for me in the back end, and I'm still generating income from it, a full-time income. And most importantly, I'm able to support my family even without a full-time job, when I didn't have a full-time job. And I was making money doing something I loved. The hours were flexible, and we had a ton of extra cash. I was able to pay and support my husband during his master's, which costed him around 90K. And we didn't take any loans. We don't have any student debt, which is amazing. So we are debt free right now. Thanks to the money that I made in my business, I was able to support him through his journey. All right, so let's look at 3 massive mistakes to avoid when starting an SVG business. All right, so number 1 mistake that I see a lot of people make is jumping right into it, not taking the time out to learn to use a professional software. Usually what people do, okay, they wake up in the morning, oh, SVGs are doing really good. Maybe I should go and try and sell some SVGs. So they go to YouTube, they look for some SVG design tutorials and try out a couple of software. First of all, people are not sure what software to use, so they see a couple of tutorials on YouTube. For example, on Inkscape, they will learn something based on Inkscape, and then they'll try it themselves. Software doesn't work the way they want it, and they spend hours and hours, and in the end they come up with a very basic design that nobody wants, which is not trending. And all they do is just rely on YouTube videos. How do I know this? Because 90% of the students who come to me have say the same thing, that before this course I was using YouTube videos, and it was not making any sense. The videos are just scattered everywhere. You have to jump through tens and thousands of hoops to understand one concept. So this is true. A lot of people spend time, waste time actually, on YouTube videos when they could have just got in my course and learned step by step what to do. And when you are spending your time on the wrong thing, you're not understanding how the SVGs work, what are the terminologies, what's the meaning of nodes, how many nodes a good SVG should have, and you rely on people who are not experts, who have zero experience in selling SVGs, and you don't spend time learning the concept, you get frustrated, you give up too early, and you stay on literally zero sales or maybe 10 sales. I had a student who came to me uh, for 6 months, her shop had 12 sales. And the moment she joined my program, within 3 months, she had around 350 sales just because she changed her energy. She, instead of putting her energy trying to learn things from YouTube and wasting her time and her energy trying to figure it all out on her own, uh, after she joined my program, she had like step by step instructions what to do. And then she was able to channel all her energy into creative thinking and creating those beautiful designs that she was able to put up in her store and start generating those sales. So try look at the difference in where your time and resources are being spent on when you are sitting on YouTube looking for one tutorial after the other, looking for answers, and then you come to a place where you have all the answers available right there. You have everything available step by step. So your brain totally works in a different way when there is a switch in what's available to you. So, and that's one of the reasons she was so quickly able to uh, generate so many sales from her shop right after joining my program. It really affects your brain power. So, once you learn how to use a professional software, it will allow you to create beautiful SVGs just like my student did. And you'll actually feel excited to design new SVGs and you will get more sales. I will show her shop to you guys in just a couple of minutes. So here's a testimonial from one of my students. This is a different student to the one I was talking about. So um, she also says the same thing. Before she joined my program, she knew very little about SVGs. She dabbled into Inkscape, but her skills weren't where she wanted them to be. And then she joined my program and learned things that she wouldn't have learned on her own. And now she feels comfortable to use professional software to create and sell SVGs. And she already made a sale when she shared this testimonial. So it really speaks, if like, it's not just one student, it's multiple students saying the same thing. So I know what's going on. Now, the other mistake that I see is creating a very basic designs. So by basic designs, this is what I mean. Just creating a simple text SVGs. And if you have seen my previous previous lives or previous email before where I was talking about SVGs and AI, whether AI is going to take over SVG designers. If you look at what kind of SVGs AI make, it's exactly this kind of SVGs. Very simple, very basic. And anybody can go to these AI websites and they can make these type of SVGs in just a minute. And if you sell these type of SVGs, you're never going to make any income out of it because literally anybody can go to these AI websites and generate SVGs and use them. So you have if you're an SVG designer who's creating SVGs like these, obviously you are going to suffer. So the SVGs that are in demand right now go way beyond this simple text design. So I see a comment from Page Faced. Another mistake I see people putting out SVGs haven't been cleaned up and have extra junk notes tucked hidden under pieces. So true. Oh my God. So when you go to cut, you get yucky random holes in the design. Exactly. Like when you don't understand how SVGs work and what's the function of the nodes, so you obviously end up getting these issues and as customers suffer because of that. because customers are paying money to buy the SVG, and when they buy it, it's not a good quality. So it's a waste of material. It's a waste of money, and people who are selling these type of SVGs are just being very selfish by not investing in learning, and then they're just creating themselves. They're creating some things themselves and making other people's life difficult. So these are some things you need to understand if you want to start an SVG business. Plain and simple designs that look low quality are something nobody's interested in. And the SVGs don't look like they're made by a designer. They look like they were generated by an AI website or just put together by a child or something, because nobody wants to buy basic designs anymore. So if you create basic designs, you don't know how to use the software to design complex SVGs, and this information is not available on YouTube. And if you don't want to invest in learning, you end up creating boring basic designs that nobody wants. You don't get any sales and you don't get any customers. So learning to create complex designs will help you create anything that comes to your mind without the frustration, and will help you in getting more customers. So a lot of people ask me, how am I making money from SVGs? What's working for me? Uh, and what kind of SVGs are you supposed to make? So I will give you some example of the SVGs that I created for my summit, and you can understand for yourself. Why did I make so much profit from my summits? What kind of designs I shared, right? How did I make profit from summits using my SVGs? So I'm going to share my entire screen, and I'll show you guys the projects that I shared. So during the summit, I taught people how to make this frame. Can you guys see this frame? Just compare this frame to this SVG that we have here. Like, there's a huge difference over here. This is a complex project. How many things are involved in this project? It takes a lot of time to put together this SVG design. I surely had a difficulty doing these letters. I think I've made like 3 to 4 prototypes before I finally had the fully functional SVG for this. This frame did so well in the summit. People loved this project. Absolutely. They ate it. That is how popular this project was, because I spent so much time in creating this SVG design. And I created a tutorial to show people how to use my SVG. So this really helped in getting all those sales in the summit. And then I created this SVG to customize a Pringle box, right? So I created this SVG as well. And then I created this stocking gift box SVG with there's a shaker stocking at the top with a gift box at the bottom. And those were some other SVGs contributed by other designers. So just understand the level of designing that goes into creating SVGs that actually people actually want. So these are money making SVGs. This is a completely innovative project that I designed. It's a shaker snow globe gift bag. And you need to really master the software to be able to create SVGs like these. And these are the type of SVGs that people actually want to see. And here's another SVG. This was created by my student, Catherine Peck. I'm sure you guys have seen her in summits. So she is in my program, learning to create SVGs. And this is the one she created. I mean, nobody is creating and selling and promoting SVGs like these. These are very basic. They're gone. In 2014, you could get away selling SVGs like this, but not anymore. People want complex projects that they cannot create. And this is SVG I created to cut out a wooden wooden project on your Cricut. Then this is the money holder SVG, and this is a Nutella box. How to customize a Nutella box. I created this SVG for that, and my student Toby, so she's one of the alumni of my program. She created this gift box. No, and I hope you're getting the pattern over here. I'm trying to tell you guys, if you want to start an SVG business, you have to really up your game. You have to start creating complex SVGs that look like this. So this is another project by Toby, a layered shaker cake topper. And you can see all the details and designs. People want to create something like this, something very unique, something really beautiful. And this is what they will spend their money on. Like this other day, somebody messaged me on uh thank you. Yes, it's a glitter shaker cake topper. So somebody the other day messaged me on Instagram, and I wasn't even promoting anything. These are the projects from my 2023 summit, and somebody messaged me on Instagram. They were looking for a tutorial on this stocking shaker gift box. Uh, Thankfully, I had this gift. They messaged me. They commented on my photo. They said, "I want to make this one. Can you please send me the details on how to purchase it?" And then I didn't see that comment, so she messaged me again in my DMs. Please send me the link for this. Like, I wasn't promoting this. I didn't expect any sale to come in, and people just come from nowhere and they are asking for this. So this is what makes your designs pop. Like, what this is how good your designs should be, that people, even when you're not promoting them, people actually want to buy them and make money. I mean, make designs, make projects based off them. Your designs should look so beautiful and so catchy. So when you make something really amazing, people get attracted to it, and your sales come in automatically. I did not put any effort into promoting this. Maybe I should start again, because 2023 is over, the summit is over, and this design just sits there on my Instagram. And I have listed them on Etsy when I was feeling fly. um, I don't usually list the designs on Etsy. Maybe I should do that more often. But anyway, let's go back. So mistake number 3, not getting an expert's advice. Creating designs in a vacuum. You're just working on your own. You're creating the designs. You don't get any feedback. You don't know if it's a good design. And you just go and pop it on Etsy, expecting people to buy it. I mean, when you have, so you wouldn't have known what SVG designs are in demand in the industry right now if I didn't tell you. Like, these are the type of designs that people want. And a lot of people think that people want something like this. And only an expert can tell you what is in demand right now when you're just starting out and you have no knowledge of designing or selling SVGs. You have to go to an expert to learn from them. So, for example, I just switched my career from biotech to IT. I'm working as a data engineer, and there is so much to learn. There is so much to learn in this sector, and I'm learning every single day from Udemy, from YouTube sometimes, and from books. All I'm consuming so many resources from all those different places. and then I'm able to do my job. So there's so much involved. I'm investing money in instructors on Udemy. I am learning from books. I'm learning from YouTube. There's so much to learn, and I have to look out for experts who can help me, who can ease this learning process for me. So whenever you're starting out something new, you have to put that time and effort to learn the basics before you jump onto selling. Because if you don't do that, you are going to stay stuck in one place for months, 6+ months, and then you're going to go like, oh, SVGs don't make any money, this is a scam, this doesn't work. When in fact I have my example of things that work. I just shared with you guys, and then I have students who have gone through this process and who have seen uh, money come in through this process, and they have shared their testimonials with me. And there are multiple students, not just one student, and I'll share the details with you guys soon. So if you work with an expert, you get feedback, you get guidance, and you get motivation, because running a business is really, really difficult. You get demotivated uh, by every negative hurdle that comes in your life. And when you have an expert to guide you, it makes your life much easier. You understand things in a better way. For example, the new product that I was talking about with you guys, I have joined a coaching membership to work on that product, to bring that product to life, and it is so helpful. My coach shares everything about her journey, how many funnels she created to get to one working funnel, and to be able to see that it's not it's um, it's not something like it's going to work right away. To have that transparency, it really is motivating. And because before I took that class with her, I was like, oh my gosh, what's the point of launching this product when it's not going to work? What if it doesn't work? But when I took her class, she said, it's not going to work the first time. It's gonna I tried 38 different funnels to get to one that was working. So you might have to go through the same. I'm like, okay, I have to try. It's not going to work the first time, but eventually it is going to work just like it worked for her. So you get that kind of mindset coaching and motivation to keep moving forward. And believe it or not, after I finished that class, I got so excited about launching this product. Before the class, I was like, oh, it's not gonna work. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Nobody wants this. But after taking the class, I was like, oh my God, I cannot wait to launch this product. So this is the kind of shift in mindset you get when you start working with a um, with an expert. So here's another testimonial from my student. She started from literally nothing, no experience in designing SVGs, and now she became so good at creating SVGs. She now creates tutorials for my course. I've hired her as a part-time instructor for my program because she does so well in creating SVGs. So another way of making money from SVGs. You don't have to sell the SVG. You can sell the tutorial on how to create that SVG, or you can work as an instructor, or you can um, you can create a tutorial on how to put your SVG together. There's so many different ways. So the bottom line of all of this is SVGs can make a ton of money if you know how to do the right thing. But you need to create money-making, profitable SVGs. So that was the 3 mistakes. Now let's look at the 4-step framework for a successful SVG business. So if you guys have any comments or any questions, feel free to pop them in the comment section. I showed the slide too early. What's the four-step framework for a successful SVG business? I call it U-led. This is a framework that I developed for myself and for my students. And once you follow this framework, you are definitely gonna see some success. So the first word is understand. The next is learn, analyze, and then design. Understand, learn, analyze, and design. So what does this mean? So if you go to understand, understand how SVGs work, what they are, familiarize yourself with the software, and understand the difference between a good and a basic design. And understand how the tools and the software work. Because if you don't do that, you'll have this situation, just like what Peach Face shared in the comment over here. The SVGs are not clean. They have a lot of junk nodes. So this is definitely coming from somebody who does not understand how the SVGs work, how the nodes work, and what's the best way to what a high quality SVG looks like. So that's the first thing you need to understand, so that you don't have customers making leaving these kind of reviews on your design. That's going to be so embarrassing, right? You want to project yourself that you are an SVG designer, and then you see a comment like this, like you don't even know how to design, you don't even understand what SVG designing is. So you just lose your what you call you lose your credibility. So that's why it's so important to understand what SVGs are and how they work. So once you learn to design high quality SVGs, you will know the difference between a good file and a bad file. So on the left hand side over here, the one with the sad smiley face is a horrible, horrible file that nobody should be selling. I created this file from using a automatic tool which converts a picture into an SVG, and you can see how bad this looks. I mean, imagine cutting this on your Cricut. How many materials are you going to waste using this SVG? And on the right hand side with this happy smiley face is an SVG that I designed in Affinity Designer from scratch. Look at the lines. They are so perfect and they are so smooth. And cutting this will be a breeze in your Cricut. So you want to aim for something like this with a happy face. You don't want to give your customers the sad face. Same goes for here. This I would still not sell these designs, these, but you definitely want to go for the happy face one as opposed to this one, which has absolutely no thought put behind it. So understand the difference between a good design and a bad design. And right now in the market, these designs won't even do well. People want complex designs. For example, one of my students, she comes from a party decor background. So she used to make six figures selling party decor supplies, handmade. Then she wanted to switch to a passive income. So she started creating SVGs for party decor. She just had two SVGs in her store, and she made around 200 sales from just two SVGs within 2 weeks of launching her store, because she knows what the industry wants. She didn't sell this basic SVG design. She sold party decor SVG, which she knew people wanted, people in her industry wanted. And she made tons of sales in just 2 weeks with just two designs in her store. So it's not the number of designs, it's not the number of mm, it's not the number of people that you have in your, that obviously makes a difference, but it's not the number of designs that you have in your store, or not how new your store is. If you have designs that people actually want, and it's it's a design that is in demand, it doesn't matter how many designs you have in your store. If your design is good, it will attract sales. You will get sales, no matter how new your store is. And this has happened with multiple of my students. When I start promoting their store to my audience, which is a perk that you get after you join my program, every week or every month, I feature my student shops in my newsletter, which helps them in getting a ton of sales, even though they're just starting out. If their store is 1 week old, 2 weeks old, but I did not share her SVG in my store. That's the interesting thing, because she already had that audience with hers. And she created the designs based on what her audience wanted, and she made money right after that. So once you know how to fix things when something goes wrong, and you know how to create amazing SVGs, it becomes easier to create your SVGs as you go further. So here's another testimonial from one of my students. This course is structured so well that even someone like me who's not tech savvy was able to follow along and learn quickly. So you don't need to have a graphic design degree. You don't need to have any experience in using illustration software, because the course will give you everything that you need to create SVGs. Be sure to use the comment section. I remember I didn't eat my breakfast. I am relying on your comments in the comment section to give me energy. All right. So once you understand the concept of SVGs, what they are, how they work, it's time to learn designing. Build the foundation of this for designing. So you're gonna start using the software from the basics. If you go through my course, let me open my course. So if you go through my program, you will see that everything is laid out in a step-by-step manner. So you don't just jump straight into creating a complex SVG like this one. You have to go through the basics. You have to learn to use all the different tools, the shape tools, the text tool, and all the other ways you can use the software step by step, and start from the basics. So you have to spend some time learning the foundation, and the designs that you're creating while you're learning are not the designs you're going to sell. These are just for practicing. You're designing for practice when you're starting out. And once you have mastered that, only then you're going to create designs to sell, and you're going to start selling those designs. So there's a couple of projects that I've included for beginners, for when you're starting out, to help you learn the software. And these are some of the pictures from people who just joined the program and they're going through the learning phase. They created this cake topper, and this phase, it will prepare you for later lessons where you actually create designs for the market. So you need to have that basic understanding of the software to get to that point. And when somebody's starting out, what I've seen is that they get stuck into this basic level. They just gain this much knowledge of creating a basic design. They create all those designs and they start selling those designs immediately without even going to this advanced section. Somebody's here in the basic phase, and then they go and um, they just jump to selling from this phase. They haven't even explored this whole phase of advanced designing, which is why they are failing to make any sales. So check out all these designs that my student has in her store. You can see that none of them are basic SVGs. These are layered numbers. It's not a basic text that I showed you guys. These are some beautiful flowers. These do really well in her store. Um, And this is one text-based SVG. I'm not sure how well this is doing, but all of these other designs, you can see they're so complex, layered shaker, multi-layered designs, and these are what do really well. So here's another design created by my students. These are my students' work. Here is a gift box, and this is a paper flower. This was actual flower, and you can see the traced one. It's beautiful ways of turning your ideas into design. And these are all the projects made by my students in the beginner section of my program. Like they start with absolutely no knowledge, and then they have all these designs that they created. So this student was in South Africa. After she joined my program, and she started creating those designs, she was contacted by Cricut to be a Cricut expert because of the knowledge she had about creating SVG. So she became a Cricut expert in South Africa after she joined my program, and she sent me her testimonial, her happy message as well. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your program. Now I'm working as a Cricut expert because of the knowledge that I gained. So this is another way of leveraging your SVG designing skill. So once you know how you understand how the software and how SVGs work, and you have mastered the basic SVG designing, you now go to analyze the market. Find out what type of SVGs are in demand. Use SEO tools, SVG Marketplace, and Facebook group infiltration. Don't worry about all of these words because I cover most of these, I mean, all of these in my course, and you're going to get the detail on how to do these once you join the course. I don't have enough time to go over this right now, but this is the secret. You can write it down. This is a secret to actually start making money from SVGs. You have to analyze the market. You have to look at what's popular, what is trending, what are people making in the Facebook groups, and you have to go and check the SVG marketplace. Do your research. This is exactly what my party decor student did. She asked her audience, what do they want? And then she created an SVG based on the feedback, and which is why she was able to get 200 sales in 2 weeks from her new SVG store. And this is something I've used to gain around 20K plus sales in just a couple of months. And this is exactly how my 3D SVG collection that I launched was super hit, because I did a lot of market research and I created something very unique. So you got to do that to really make the most out of SVGs. So once you start analyzing, it will give you a glimpse of what you're competing against. And you need to bridge the gap between the designers and the crafters. And this is definitely going to bring you sale, because people will only buy SVGs that they need, not something that we think is cute. A lot of times people make things. I've done that as well. I made things that I thought people are going to buy, but nobody was interested in it. So you gotta do the market research if you really want your SVG business to succeed. So I was gonna show you guys a glimpse of what it's like inside my program. So how I have structured it, and here you go. So as you can see from the left hand side panel, this is the welcome module. You have everything about setting yourself up, the basics. You start with the basics, and then you have the text design, all the tools that go into designing text-based SVGs. We have like around 5 lessons, and then you have a little project, and then you have working with shapes. So you understand the shapes, how shapes work. and then you understand how the pen tool works, how the layers and everything work, and then you have some advanced lessons. There are just a bunch of them over here. And after you finish this section, the basic section, you go to the advanced section where you get more design tutorials. For example, let me show you guys here. So you only get this once you get the pro or the business version of SVG Superstar. So analyze, this is what I was talking about just now. You get all these lessons to analyze the market. So you know what designs people are looking for, what designs are in demand. And once you have done that, you can go and launch your shop. So we've got all the helpful stuff, how to export your SVGs, how to export, how to package, how to create a mock-up, and all of those things to present your designs very well. And then how to conduct sales analysis. And then we have all those advanced tutorials, advanced text designing, gift box SVGs. We've got like 6 lessons on gift box SVGs, and then sticker SVGs, 3D SVGs. So all of these are advanced SVGs, and this is what's in demand in the market right now. And you can see this is not the first, the way I've structured my course, this wasn't the first thing that you saw after logging in. This comes way after you have done the basics. So this is the advanced section. And this is where you need to get to if you want to start selling SVGs. All right, so what a lot of people do is they design in vacuum, they create things that they think people are going to buy, but nobody wants to buy them. And a lot of people don't know how to bridge the gap between what's in demand and their designs, and they have no guidance on how to look for profitable design themes. And that's why they end up getting no sale. And this is the step people miss out on, and they completely give up on the fact that they are ever going to make any money from SVGs. A lot of people stay in that basic section forever, and then they say things like SVGs don't make money, this is a scam, and blah, blah, blah. You have to come to this part to analyze, to understand the market, and then create advanced designs. And if you have been there and you have done all of this, then you're definitely going to be successful if you have checked all of these boxes. Because I've seen this, I've seen it with myself, and I've seen it with my students as well. Because, you know, I just shared the story with you guys, how this project is still in demand. I'm not even promoting it. All right, so once you have mastered all of these steps, then you start designing to sell in the market. This is where the magic begins. You will learn all sorts of advanced designing, SVG designing, you perfect your presentation, and then you launch your shop like a bang. And you can see this, all of the success that I have received from following this method. So paid off from Cricut, and then all those bundle sales. I've made like around 8,000 sales. Oops, let me just make it bigger. You can see 8,000 sales for this bundle. 8,000, can you imagine? It was such a hit bundle. It made 8,400 sales. And then I have made around 7,000 sales for this split monogram layered SVGs. They're all complex SVGs. They're not basic SVGs. And then you can see this one has 46 sales, 325 for something in the background. So these are the type of SVGs that are going to make money, and you have the proof right here. Some more designs by me and my students. So my goal is to equip you with all the skills needed to create literally any SVG design out there. And some of my students have also contributed design lessons. So you will not need any other training after you have gone through this. SVGs that you create in this program will be loved by customers. So here are some screenshots from my students. These are old screenshots. Let me pull up the new one. Yep, this is the new one. And you can see she has 4,000 sales in her store. And this is the student that I was talking about who had around 6 sales for 12 months. 12 sales for 6 months. And then she joined my program and started creating those 3D SVGs. And within 3 months, she had like around 300 sales. And now I think I took this couple of months ago from her shop. She had around 2,400 sales. And this is another one of my students. She is a software engineer and she joined my program, and she was ranked as one of the top 10 designers in cricket, top 10 cricket designers in the UK. And it's so, so humbling and so beautiful to see my students succeed like this. This is a student that I was talking about who is creating tutorials for me. So going back to the slides, you will not find this information anywhere on the internet because I have done my market research and I have created and developed this plan based on my market research, based on my own experience and what I've seen my students do. So it has gone through trial and test, and this is the final cream that you're going to see, the, what do you call, the cherry on top of the cake. No, that's not this is like the perfected version of all this whole process that you're going to get once you enroll in the program. So in order to make money from SVGs, you need to design profitable SVGs. I think we can all agree with that after seeing the how the market works, after seeing the success that I have seen and the success that my students have seen. You need to create money-making SVGs. That is the only thing that's going to make you money. You can't just make any SVG design and expect sales and profit from it. It's not just going to work like that. That's a great question, Peach Faced. So I am literally everywhere. I have a design. I have a store on Etsy. I have a store on Design Bundles. I have In Touch Creative Market, and I sell on my own website as well through Summits. So I've gone like three different places, and I have a Thrive cart, which is a cart to sell my design. So you're not gonna see all my sales in one spot. And majority of my income is tied to Summits, as SVGs that I sell through Summits. But that's not to say like you have to do Summits to make money from SVGs. No, you got to choose your own style. For me, creating listings on Etsy is just not my thing. I just can't keep up with it. I prefer selling through Summits. So you need to find what works best for you. So each of my students made profitable SVGs because they implemented a specific design mechanism that I shared with you guys today. So 3 mistakes to avoid: not learning to use a professional illustration software, creating basic designs with no designer touch, not working with an expert who has the knowledge of what's working and what's not. And then you got to follow the 4-step framework: understand, learn, analyze, and design. This framework is not just a bunch of theory. It's all been tested and proven to work by me and hundreds of my students. If you want to take away one thing, I want you to know that you can make money from SVGs without the frustration and constant struggle. I have developed a 4-step framework to design profitable SVGs, and I've outlined the framework for you today. I hope you have taken notes, and I hope you have uh, used your workbook to take a ton of notes as well. So the big question is, how can you apply this to your design process and make SVGs that sell like hotcakes? What can you do right now to get started with your SVG business? You have one option. You can waste tons of time and effort trying to figure out all on your own. You stay stuck where you are, trying to figure things out. What's the meaning of SVG? How SVGs work? How to troubleshoot an SVG? Or you can fast track your results with my 4-step framework inside my program, SVG Superstar. The choice is yours. What do you want to do? So introducing SVG Superstar, which is my full-fledged signature program to help you make SVGs that sell like hotcakes in less than 30 days. By the end of this course, you will have a thorough understanding for using Affinity Designer for SVGs, for creating SVGs in Affinity Designer. You're going to have my 4-step framework for literally creating any SVG file that you can think of. And you will know how to create professional, high quality cut file designs that get noticed by top companies like Cricut. So this is how they hired me, right? They saw my 3D SVG designs, and those were the most unique designs. They still are, because nobody has created designs with those foiled cardstock, right? Even now, it's not there in the market. So these are the things that really stood out, and that's how Cricut reached out to me. And my students are also getting recognized by Cricut. I just showed you how Little Bird Digital Crafts was ranked as top 10 Cricut designers in the UK. So it's not just me. My students are also seeing success by following my program. And you will have the secret to finding out what kind of designs are trending so you can design, excuse me, so you can design accordingly. This is the secret that will make or break your business. So this is a must have if you want to master SVG designing. So part 1 is all about understanding. I think I showed you guys the back end of my program, how it is structured. So at the beginning, we have all the basic learning lessons, and then we have the analyze module, where you analyze the market and you decide what kind of SVGs you're going to sell. And then we have the advanced SVG tutorial. So once you have figured out what kind of SVGs you are in demand and you want to sell, you go to the advanced section and start designing SVGs there. You will also get the SVG Superstar Handbook. So let me just pop in the URL for the, oops, sorry, that wasn't supposed to go there. All right, so I'm going to pop in the URL to sign up for the program. And just a heads up, today is the last day to enroll. So today's Saturday. Sunday is the last day to enroll in the program. I moved it 1 week forward because I didn't get the chance to share this masterclass with you guys, which is why I moved it 1 week forward. but it's definitely gonna close on Sunday because I told you guys I'm working on this new product that I will be launching, and which is why I am closing all the enrollments for SVG Superstar. I want to focus on this new product instead of focusing on launching SVG Superstar. So that's not your problem. Just so you know that this is your last chance to enroll in SVG Superstar. You will get all the support that is promised, obviously, and I will be there for you in the group to help you and to help you move forward, to help you get sales, to help you get your designing right. It's just that I will not accept any more students after tomorrow. So make sure that you sign up before the offer ends tomorrow. I have posted the link in the description. Uh, Make sure you go and check that course out. There are 3 different tiers. I will go over them just now. Let's go back to the slides. So you're also going to get a bonus lesson, how to package and sell your SVG files, and how to write product descriptions that sell. I will share my own template that I use for writing product descriptions. And this is a template that has helped me in making 20,000 plus sales from SVGs. And I will also show you how to make mockups and enhance your presentation skills to get more sales. You also get 12, if you join the pro version, the business version, you get 12 months of VIB Facebook group support. That is all only for the pro version. Sorry, not pro version, the business version. You get 12 months of Facebook support, and you will have lifetime access to the entire system, which is valued at over 9,000. But right now you can get it for a small price. And let me show the price to you guys on the sales page. So we've got 3 tiers right now. We have the basic tier, which is $197. Usually it's $297, but right now you can sign up for $197. Then we have the pro version, which is usually $999, but you can sign in for just $599. And then we have the business version. So the basic is just the basic of the course. I showed you guys the basic version. It does not have all the business aspects to it. It is just about learning the software and learning some advanced designs. And then we have the pro version that I showed you guys, which comes with all the business aspects. How to analyze the market, how to set up your business, how to grow your business. All of these things are included in the pro and the business. Now, the pro is a self-study kind of thing. You want to run your business on your own. You just want to follow my procedure. You don't want my input. Then you can go for pro. And if you want 12 months access to me and all my feedback, all my tips and my strategies, then you can go for the business version, which usually goes for $996, but right now you can enroll for $14.99, just offering a discounted price because I am closing down the enrollments. So if you're interested, go and check these out. I've dropped the link in the description in the comment section. So go and have a look. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. So the question isn't if you're going to make your money back, it's how many times you're going to make it back. My promise to you, if you follow the steps, you are going to be successful. If you follow the steps, you put in the effort that is required from your side, you do all the hard work, and you take the feedback that I provide you like a queen to improve yourself instead of going into a negative spiral, then there's no reason that you'll not be successful. You gotta just keep on trying. Let me share this as well with you guys. When I launched my first SVG, the very first one, before I did the 3D launch, I did not make any sales. I had a huge audience. I had around 15K people on my email list, and my SVGs I did not make any sale. But then after I went back and did the market research and launched my store in August with the 3D SVGs, which became super hit, that's when I saw the real success. So you gotta keep on trying. If I gave up on the first launch when I didn't get any sale, even though I had all these years of experience and I had an audience, yet I didn't make any sale, I could have just given up on everything, right? I could have just closed my business and walked away from it. But no, I went back to the design board. I looked into what mistakes I made, and then I redid everything. And once I did it second time, everything exploded, and I made 1,500 US dollars in that 1 month. And then I got uh, appointed by Cricket. So many success came from that second time. So you got to keep on trying till you reach that point. So if you're ready to master SVG designing, to sell SVGs so you can make extra cash in your sleep, hit the enroll now button, and I will see you inside the course. A lot of people have been joining in the past couple of days. I had 2 to 3 people come in the pro version, and a couple of people have joined the basic version as well. And I think 1 or 2 also joined the advanced, the business version. So this is your chance. Like, there's still some time for the year to end. And if you start now, you can quickly start making some extra cash from SVGs, and you can have a fully functioning store next year. Maybe it can be your next year goal. So one of my students, the time to act is literally now. And one of my students, she launched her shop in November 2021, and in 2 weeks, she got 18 sales. And a couple of months ago, she messaged me saying that this year she made $3,000 from SVGs. So from making around $20, the next year she made around $3,000. So you grow one step at a time. And I was so happy to hear that. I think I have her testimonial in the over here. Yep, this is her testimonial. Her shop is Heart.SVGs. I set myself a goal to get 500 sales this year, and I'm at 824. And I've almost done $3,000 in sale in just my Etsy store, not including the sales from my other channels, which is almost 2,000. So she made around 5,000 from SVGs. And she said, I was thinking about it this morning, and without your course, I would not be anywhere near that, probably not even started. So thank you for providing such a great opportunity, and I'm excited for where my little shop will go in the future. So look at that. If you put in the effort, you are definitely gonna get results like this. So from 500, 500 was her goal. She made 824. She exceeded her goal just by all the hard work and the support that she received from my program. So Christy is another one of my students. She's also a summit host. You must have seen her summit. She also joined my program, and she quit watching YouTube. And sorry, she says quit watching YouTube and invest in yourself by joining Jav's SVG program. So she did a Cricut SVG after learning SVG designing from my program. So there's lots that you can do with SVGs, and my program is here to give you all the info you need to start making money from SVGs. This is your chance to build a business in less than 12 months, a business you can bounce back in case of the worst case scenario. Please don't special Please don't spend your precious time looking for tutorials, hopping in different Facebook groups, asking for help from people who are not experts, because it's not going to help you. Who do you want to learn? Do you want to learn from random strangers with no record of selling high quality files? Or do you want to learn from someone who has done the work, who has worked for Cricket, who has gotten countless 5-star reviews? The choice is yours. Like, I can't force you to think for yourself. You know what's best for you. You know what's going to bring you results. The choice is totally yours. I've shown you guys proof. I've shown you how my system works, and I have shown you the success that I have received. So based on everything that you have seen today, make your decision what's right for you, what's right for your SVG business. I might sound very nasal right now because of the hay fever. So the choice is totally yours. In SVG Superstar, you get proven step-by-step plan to master SVG designing in 30 days. You get my 12 months VIP support if you join the business module. So one thing is clear for sure, right? You need to invest to start a business. You need to do the market research. You need to know what's going on. You need to invest in your knowledge. For example, I will put this out. I'm working on a new business, which is completely different to the digital one. I am working on launching a business on food bombs, and I don't know anything about making food bombs. So right now, and thankfully, there are people out there who are ready to provide you with all uh, this information. So I have joined a program which will, through which I'm learning how to uh, formulate, how to manufacture my own skincare products. What it goes into all the details of where to source the ingredients, what all ingredients are there, what are natural ingredients, uh, what are not natural ingredients, all those things. That, like, it's a very structured program. So for me, who has never created a skincare at home before, it is extremely, extremely helpful. I've purchased a couple of books, I've purchased a course, and I'm learning. I'm spending all this time to learn and do my research, so that by the time I create that product and launch it in the market, I have enough information, and I know that I'm creating a product that I can stick by. Because so I'm not jumping directly into launching the product. That's something will come next year, maybe mid next year. This whole time I am just learning, getting all the information that I need to create the best food bomb out there. So the thing is, I don't know what I don't know, right? Like, I didn't know what goes into making a natural skincare formulation, what goes into making a skincare that is certified internationally, and it is approved by FDA, and it is approved by all those, it passes all of those, what do you say, patents and everything. It marks all it's it checks all the boxes it's supposed to, right, to be able to go to the market. So I'm doing all that research, and I'm so grateful for all the courses that are available and all the instructors that are sharing their information, because without them, I will not be able to create a product that I can stand by. So this is a little secret that I am letting you guys know to, so that you know that I practice what I preach. So I'm not just I know how valuable it is to know the market, to know the basics before you jump into selling something. This is something I'm doing right now myself. So I'm working on two products right now. One is the Food Mom, which I'm planning to launch next year, completely different to my cricket business. And then I'm working on a new product for my cricket business, which is centered around SVGs, which is also something I'll be launching next year. So this whole time, I'm doing the work that will help me to launch that product next year. So I'm building the foundation right now. So for each and every business, you need to build that foundation to be successful. You need to make that investment. And I have invested in courses, I've invested in coaches to help me get there real quick. Because if I don't do that, then it will take me years, and I don't want to spend years. I want to quickly do it. That's why I've invested in coaching for both of these products that I'm working on launching next year. And that is exactly what I'm talking about in this slide. To start a business, you need to make an investment. If you want to start a handmade business, you're going to invest in all those products. You got to buy vinyl, you got to buy t-shirts, tumblers, paper, Cricut, and in total, you're going to be investing $500 to $900. And the profit you make on these will be around 12 to 20%. If you start a sublimation business, it's the similar thing. But if you start an SVG business, let's say you go for the pro version, which is about $1,499, and sorry, not pro version, business version, which is about $19.97, and you buy the affinity software, which is currently at 50% off. And let me show you guys that as well. Affinity Designer is 50% off for Black Friday. This is a great time to go and grab that software. So it's going to be probably around $30 for you guys in the US. For me, it is around, let me see, by now. All right, so for me, it's around $47. So for you guys in the US, it should be around 30 something. So and you buy it once, you use it forever, literally. I bought this software in 2013, 2014 for $50, and I have used it for about 10 years. So this is a very small investment, and you get around 80 to 90% profit on each sale. So you keep all the money to yourself. Whatever you make, you go straight in your pocket, and without all that extra hard work of selling handmade stuff. So any business you start, you are going to make an investment. So it's up to you what kind of investment you want to make. Do you have the time and energy to work on t-shirts after a hectic 9-to-5 job, or do you want to sell SVGs? So with an SVG business, you have no pressure. There's no pressure with an SVG business. You work on your own schedule, literally. You create the design, you list it on your store, and you promote it, and then you get sales. So let's have a look at some of the testimonials that my students have shared, some of the successes that my students have received. So this is the student that I was talking about. When I started this program in October, I only managed 12 sales in the whole year. So she made 12 sales in 12 months before she joined the program. And after she joined my program, she had 290 plus sales in the last 5 months. And this is a testimonial by my student, designed by Luna Lagoon. So you can go to my sales page and see all the testimonials that my students have shared. I've also posted some uh, videos of my students talking about their success in my program. So go ahead, have a look, and go and check out this sales page. There's all the information is given on this sales page. And if you have any questions, you can get back to me as well. So think about it, keep all the things that I've shared in mind, all the proofs that you have, and make an educated decision about what's good for you and your business. So if you have any questions, pop them in the comment below, in the comment section. And uh, we have another 4 minutes. I'm going to end this live at around 5:35 EST or 9:35 a.m., which is just 4 minutes from now. I'm going to end this live. So be sure to check out the sales page and let me know if you guys have any questions. Just a couple of more feedback from my students. I found it helpful because I've never designed SVGs before. I'm not a graphic designer, and I had been using images from blogs and Cricut Access, and all the terms and methods were foreign to me, and until I took this course. I had tried before and failed miserably, but this time I've already made a full design from start to finish. So this course gives you everything that you need to literally start from nothing. I had a student, Cheryl. She is an ASL language interpreter, and let me show you her testimonial. So this one, she is an ASL interpreter. She never ever designed SVGs before joining my program. But after joining my program, she started creating ASL based SVGs to target the ASL market, and her designs took off as well. So this program is for literally everyone. Even if you have never touched a design software before, this course will help you, will take you from absolutely knowing nothing to start making SVGs that people actually want and that bring in some sales. So go ahead and check out the course page, and please make a note of the timings given over here. I am definitely going to close this course tomorrow, and it'll be closed for enrollments. Tomorrow midnight is the last chance for you to join. Yay! Elizabeth said she just purchased the pro, the business version, and she is super excited. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, great decision. I cannot wait to see you inside the program, and I cannot wait to support you inside the program. I'm so excited to see you here, and I'm so excited to be able to support you inside of the program. Yay! That is so awesome. Welcome, welcome. So, last reminder, this program will be closed forever tomorrow. So be sure to join in just like Elizabeth did, and just like all the other people who have joined the program in the past couple of days, because I'm definitely closing down, and I've already told you guys my secret. I'm working on 2 new products, and I'm shifting my business model as well. So I will not be taking any more enrollments for this program after this. So go ahead and sign up. This is your last chance. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I'll see you guys there. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. And have a great rest of the weekend. And so happy to see Elizabeth in the program. Awesome. And bye-bye for now. Thank you so much